Welcome along to the Retro Asylum, the UK's #1 retro gaming podcast show. I'm Mass, and I'm here today with Jim. Say hello, Jim.
Hello, Jim. How are we doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. I'm fine. How about you?
All good, mate. All good. Bit of a last-minute recording.
Very much a last-minute one. We probably planned this about an hour ago, didn't we?
We did. So, it might be more planning than some episodes get.
yeah, sure. I did actually play a few games for this, but just within the last hour or so. Now, this is, as most of our listeners, our regular listeners will know, we've got something cooking over on Discord where we do high score challenges every month, and Jim is in charge of that these days. And for the month of July, we've announced that we wanted to do something special centered around the Evercade cartridge that's called Toaplan Arcade 1. And we thought that we'd announce the games that we are going to be playing, because we'll be playing multiple games this time, not just a single game for the month, but actually we'll be picking 4 games. Each game will have 1 week, and we will draw the winners out of all 4 high score tables being combined. There's some special way of combining them, isn't there? You have some way of calculating the scores. Could you tell us about that, Jim?
So I've been just running a spreadsheet to build the overall high score table. So what I'll do, or what I was thinking of doing, was taking the 4 games, the top, I don't know, say however many players it is. So obviously everyone who submits a score gets entered into that game's table, and then at the end of the month I'll have 4 tables with load of players. Each table will be like allocated points, and then I'll add them all up just to give me a little bit of extra work, and then we'll create one table out of all of them. So say someone, it's unlikely, but we use like the Formula 1 scoring system. I think it was Rich Monster Hyde who suggested it, which I quite like, because it means that if someone wins one of the games 1 month but hasn't done so well in some of the other ones, it can bump them right up the table rather than
is that like when you're playing Mario Kart, and the first place gets 15 points, the second place gets 12, and the third place gets 10, and then you just go down with 1
similar
each time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, in theory there'd be 4 games, so there'd be 100 points if someone was to win every single game.
Then you need to start with 25 points, right?
So that's what it is. Each game.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah. Each game would be
Okay. So what is the Formula 1 system then? You start.
I don't know. I don't follow Formula 1, Mads. But I like the scoring system that was suggested.
Okay, so I guess we'll have to look up the scoring system to be certain that we're actually doing it in the right way. But at least there will be some weighing so that the first place gives you a bit of a bump in the score, compared to having a 9th or 10th, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I think it's worked well so far.
Yeah,
for the games that we've done up to now. So we're halfway through.
Yeah.
And there's sort of a good. The way it's fallen, actually, there's a few players that are all sort of within a chance of still winning. The idea being that you'll get a Retro Asylum t-shirt at the end of the year.
Yeah. And we've got prizes here as well for this don't we?
Yeah. So I'll just say as well, for anyone who's still playing along for the rest of the year, there's only going to be one there'll be 4 games, but 1 table, and then 1 set of points allocated that will go into the high score table that's running through the year.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've actually got some prizes this time as well, and there'll be big prizes actually for first and second place, and a random draw as well, because we want as many people as possible to play along with us here. So you don't actually have to be the best at these games to win a prize. Just participating means that you're in the draw for the random draw prizes as well, right?
Yeah, I think it's nice to have like a prize that we can give out as a random draw as well, because like even that, like myself, even obviously like we won't be able to win one of the prizes, but it just means that someone, as if you submit, I don't know, actually we've not decided this, if you submit 4 game scores, would that give you 4 chances at winning?
Yeah, I think something along those lines. Or we should just say that you need to participate in all 4 games. At least put in a score in all 4 games, and then you're in for the draw.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want the winner to be somebody who just submits a single score in one game at some point. Let's say that you need to be involved with the shenanigans this month, and you need to submit one score for each game, right?
Yeah. Or the other way of doing it would be 4 games, 4 chances.
Yeah, sure. But then you still get the log of the draw, so that you can actually win if
That's
you only
true. Yeah.
we'll go with one. So let's just do all 4, or you're not in, right?
Yeah, like it. Good.
So as you can hear, listeners, we're planning this as we go. So this is going to be the entire episode. Jim and I arguing over how actually to do this thing, but it'll be good. It'll be good. So, mate, it's the Toaplan Arcade 1 cartridge. So you and I have the difficult job now of picking 4 games. And of course, we'll be picking 2 each. Should we just start by going through the games that are on the cartridge?
Yeah, let's go.
Normally, when we do these Evercade episodes, well, we do the video once normally, we'll read out the little blurbs that the Evercade cartridge has on them when you click on the game in their interface. So we're going to do that as well here, and just go quickly through the 8 games. You want to go with the first one? That's Alcon?
Alcon, yeah. I tell you what, I've been playing too much of the Switch too because I keep touching the touchscreen. Right, Alcon. Also known as Slap Fight, it's a vertically scrolling shoot 'em up for 1 or 2 players taking turns. Pilot the Allied League of Cosmic Nations SW-475 space fighter craft and counterattack the invading aliens. Collect gold stars from defeated enemies, then cash them in for a variety of power-ups to improve your firepower and survivability. I will say that the power-up system in this is really good, and that's definitely something that sets it apart from some of the other games. It's very much like Konami's Parodius, or like, Nemesis, that sort of stuff, where you collect your stars and you upgrade.
So the power-up system is there's a bar at the bottom that has 7 or 8 different states that you can be in. If you pick up 1 star, speed will be blinking. You can upgrade your speed by using it there, or you can wait until you pick up 4 or 5 and you'll upgrade your wings or your missiles. Or I love that kind of upgrade system. It gives it a bit of a tactical edge as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like a real good sort of risk-reward.
Yeah.
To it, I like it, yeah.
And it's Alcon is it's a vertical scroller, right?
Yes.
So if you're playing it on your Evercade, you'll have to go into Tate mode or Tate or whatever it's called, and play it like that. But the hardware supports it, so it should be good fun. And of course, for our listeners, if you don't have an Evercade or don't have this cartridge for your Evercade, just play it in an emulator. On the Discord forums, we will, I'm sure Jim, because he normally does this, will post the settings, the dip switch settings that the Evercade runs with, so that you know what you're going to be playing with if you play this in main instead.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and you can see that now on these arcade titles on the Evercade. You can change the dip switch settings, but we'll just leave everything as default.
We normally just play with the default settings, right?
Yeah.
No, but Alcon is definitely a strong contender in my book. Great game. You want me to take the next one?
Yeah, so you go for it, mate. Flying Shark next.
Yeah, the next one is Flying Shark. It's actually called Sky Shark, but Flying Shark is the European title, I believe. So Flying Shark is a vertically scrolling shoot 'em up for 1 or 2 players taking turns. Pilot the eponymous blue biplane deep into enemy territory and use your guns and bombs to obliterate the enemy. Take down brightly colored formations of enemy planes for bonus items and do your best to learn the enemy positions. A knowledgeable pilot is a deadly pilot. So this is a more basic. It's still a vertical scroller, right? But definitely a more basic game for me, at least than Alcon. Still a great game. It's from '87, so it looks really, really good for a game from '87. Nice high def sprites and all, and you're flying these biplanes. For my liking, a tiny bit too slow, perhaps, but still a good game.
Yeah, I really like Flying Shark. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
We did play it briefly, so we haven't done an episode on this. There's a game that we'll chat about in a bit where it was covered as a game club episode, game club game.
Yeah.
But this was when King Trilo was doing the high score table, high score challenge Discord channel for a bit. We did pick this as one of the games then. It's cracking game, really, really good.
Oh. Yeah, great game. Another great choice if we get to play this one. So, next one is Guardian from 1986.
So Guardian's a side-scrolling action game for 1 or 2 players taking turns. As a powerful combat robot, you'll battle your way across 6 planets, take on the deadly bosses who stand in your way, collect flashing crosses for bonuses such as extra energy, invincibility, or a ranged weapon, and grab red orbs to power up your punches. So this is a self-scrolling beat-em-up. Yeah. You control the punches and the kicks and the jumps.
But you do control your movement as well.
You do, as in you slow the movement down or speed it up.
Exactly. You can go further into the screen or stay at the back of the screen, and you can jump as well. But it's a bit of a weird one. This one, it's the only beat 'em up on the card. Most of these games will be shoot 'em ups. So this is a beat 'em up, and it's, for me, I keep thinking of stuff like Shadow of the Beast. Looking at this because it looks good, it plays like a dog. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think this would be all right for a week. I think you could get a week's worth of fun out of it.
Yeah,
I think you'd definitely struggle if we were doing this for a month.
Yes.
It definitely wouldn't last the month, but for a week, I think it's a contender.
It might be a fun challenge because we've got so many shoot 'em upstairs, so maybe we should do something different. So it might be a fun challenge. I'm not sure people will enjoy this for a week, but,
no,
but that's okay. It's just for a week.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next game is one of my favorites. I get to read up the little blurb about Snow Bros. It's from 1990. Platform I've played so much, both in the arcade and then on the home consoles. So Snow Bros is a platform game for 1 or 2 players simultaneously. Nick and Tom must rescue the twin princesses Puri Puri and Puchi Puchi from a horrible monster. But there's 50 floors of action to clear first. Shoot enemies to turn them into snowballs. Roll your frozen foes into a prime location. Take aim for the other baddies and give them a good kick. Well, the snowballs, not the baddies. So wonderful single screen kill 'em all game in the vein of Bubble Bubble, for example.
Yeah,
and the mechanic is just so brilliant. You throw snowballs at the monsters until they become one giant snowball, and then you can push that snowball around. It'll melt quite quickly, actually, but you can push it around, and then you can give it a kick, and then it'll roll around the different platforms and kill the other enemies. So you can either clear the screen by turning them all into snowballs, or by turning just one into a snowball and then rolling it into all the others. And this one is good for a high score challenge as well, because there's numerous ways of maximizing the score.
There is, yeah. There's loads of little... I feel like there's loads of little secrets in this. This is one that I've played but not sunk a massive amount of time into, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
It's, again, another one with a really good risk-reward system, like you were saying. You can sort of get to the top of the level, sort of encase one of those enemies in snow, and then send the snowball through the level and you rack up massive bonuses. Yeah, there's speed pickups and all sorts that you can.
Yeah, you can pick up. You can upgrade your speed. You can upgrade your shot so that it takes fewer shots to turn them into a snowball, and you can upgrade your shot length so you can shoot further away. But apart from that, it's just you and the many different kinds of monsters. And some of the monsters will shoot fireballs at you. Some will like roll towards you, and some will just be walking around at a leisurely pace. So there's even some little devils that just they can go through the platforms. They turn into these little winds, or whatever you call them, tornadoes. Right?
Yeah. Really, really good game. This.
Really wonderful game. So next one, that's Tekipaki from 91.
It is. So Tekipaki is a puzzle game for 1 or 2 players simultaneously. L-shaped blocks fall from the top of the well, and it's your job to arrange them carefully. Clump together blocks in groups of 5 or more to erase them and set up chain reactions for big points. So Tetris clone or columns, match the blocks. Interesting one with this one, the blocks. So obviously in Tetris, they have to be in vertical or horizontal lines. In Tekipaki, they can be in diagonals as long as just one of the corners of the blocks are touching. So it makes you think a little bit differently about how you approach a game.
So I was playing this a bit, and I only had 5 minutes, so I didn't really understand what was going on. Is it when you get 4 or 5 of the same color connecting that they disappear?
Yeah, that's it. Five of
this. It's not a Tetris clone really, because you're not building layers. You're putting together colors, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so it's kind of like a columns and Tetris.
Yeah.
Tetris is in the blocks, columns is in the colours, and it's 5. But like as long as they're touching, then you can get some really good combo chains going.
I am horrible at these kind of games. Absolutely horrible. I was pretty good at Tetris when I was a kid, but I'm no good at it anymore. As soon as it starts going fast, I'm out of there.
Yeah, this one does get fast pretty quick. When I've played it though, especially with these games, we played another one, didn't we, on the Data East Data East cartridge that I really liked.
Yeah,
and I find out I get myself into like this weird sort of headspace with them, and I just sort of zone out from everything. It's really weird, like with puzzle games, and I just get in like this sort of zen with them almost. It's bizarre.
Yeah, really. That's what you need to do, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. But I quite like this. This would be another one that's it'd be good for a week. I don't think it'd last for a month, but as a week.
These kind of games are good for 10 minutes for me, and then I'm out of there.
Yeah. So the next one is Tiger Heli, another vertical scroller vertical scrolling shoot 'em up.
Yeah, from 85. That's an old one. So Tiger Heli. Was it my turn to read, by the way?
Yeah, your turn. Yeah, your turn to read this one.
Tiger Heli is a vertically scrolling shoot 'em up for 1 or 2 players taking turns. Fly the titular attack helicopter into a war zone, fighting off ground and naval targets while avoiding their deadly bullets. Destroy the bunkers with flashing colored crosses to earn little heli supporters and bombs, and blast golden diamonds to work your way towards an extra life. This is such a tough game, but a fun one as well. I feel the worst enemy in Tiger Heli is you and your own speed of movement.
Yeah, definitely.
It's one of those classic old school, like 1942. It feels a bit like playing that, for example, old school shooters, and it's really good. You need to. There's power up systems as well, and if I recall correctly, you can get a little help. As I read, a little Helber helicopters, one that shoots sideways as well, and so on. And you really need to get your hands on that, because this is one of the shoot 'em ups where enemies come from behind you as well.
Yes, they do.
Which is I hate having to manage that, but it's good fun as well.
Yeah, very much same as in Flying Shark as well. They'll come from behind you, and yeah. You definitely need to learn where the enemies are going to be coming in from. Same with all these sort of vertical shooters, really, and then position yourself.
Yeah.
But I quite liked it. It's when I was. I mean, we'll come into the picks, but I was looking at this and Alcon, and it's a tough choice. I thought between the two.
Yeah, for sure. So the next one is one we've actually played before. This is Truxton from 88.
Yeah, great game. So this was the one that I referred to earlier. So this was a Game Club pick a few years ago now, Mads. Yeah. So Truxton, for anyone that doesn't know, is a vertically scrolling shoot 'em up for 1 or 2 players taking turns. As ace pilot Tatsuo, pilot the super fighter to defend your home planet from the evil Dogorava's forces. Pick up coloured power-ups to switch between 3 different weapons and make use of the distinctive skull-shaped Truxton bombs to even the odds.
Yeah, wonderful game. Probably the best game on this cartridge.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And we didn't play the arcade version before. We actually played the Mega Drive version, didn't we?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful shooter. I love the different weapon power-ups you get. You can pick up these, green for lasers, I guess, or whatever it is. And you get the red for the spread shot.
That's it.
Blue for whatever that is, those lines that you shoot. Maybe
it's like
that's
lightning forks or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh, great game. A classic vertical scroller, right?
Yeah, amazing game. Really, really good. Tough as nails as well. It's tough on the Mega Drive. It's even harder on the arcade.
Yeah. I was just having a go at it. I don't feel it's not that bad. It's not that hard, actually. I kind of like it.
Well, yeah, I played it a little bit at Arcade Club when we went there recently. They got it set up on a candy cab there.
Yeah.
And oh man, it looks incredible on one of those. Yeah, really, really good. But I think we decided previously, didn't we, that because this one had already been picked as a Game Club game, we weren't going to pick it for next month's challenge.
Yeah, sounds fair to me. Because we have spent quite a lot of time on this already, so
yeah. And so if anyone does fancy digging a little bit more into Truxton, definitely go and check out the Game Club episode on it.
Yeah. And the next game, am I right in saying this is the one where the saying "all your base all belong to us"?
It is, yes.
Yeah. I seem to recall that.
Yeah, I think that was on the home port, wasn't it? Not the arcade version. That's on the home port. Yeah.
So Zero Wing is another great shoot 'em up from '89. Zero Wing, if I recall correctly, is a horizontal scroller, right?
Yeah.
And it's it says so here as well. Zero Wing is a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up for 1 or 2 players simultaneously. Piloting a sick, you'll strike back against alien cyborg cats and his invading force. So the alien cyborg is called Cats, I guess, and his invading force. Collect colored power-ups to switch or upgrade weapons, and use your Caesar beam system to suck in enemies and then blow them back at your opponents. So this the last thing it mentions here is what makes Zero Wing special for me and what makes me love playing it. So you have your shot, different shots that you can upgrade and so on, but you also have this little tractor beam. So if you get close enough to a small enemy, you can pull them in, and then you can use them as a shield, for example, because then one of the bullets that would have hit you is going to hit this enemy instead. Or you can shoot it at the enemies, just hurl it at the enemies. And that little mechanic is just brilliant. It's a bit like playing with the option in R-Type, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But here it's an enemy that you capture and use like this instead.
Yeah.
So great arcade shooter as well.
Yeah, it is. Like Truxton, you've got those different shot types, and if you suck in one of so you're playing with like your blue laser or whatever, or your green laser, you can suck in the other one and fire that out as like a big bomb, screen clearing bomb. Yeah, really good. Again, I really like that as a mechanic.
Yeah,
just gives you something else to think about rather than just sort of mindless shooting.
Yeah. Yeah, I love when they do these kind of things like Alcon did with the power-up system.
Yeah,
you pick up the stars and cycle through the difference, so you get a bit of strategy there as well. Yeah, so a great card. I mean, looking at this card, we've been playing through a few Evercade cards by now. This is definitely one of the strongest we've seen, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I love shoot 'em ups, and this is just full of awesome ones, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
the non-shoot 'em ups are stuff like Snow Bros. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can't really go wrong with any of the Toaplan cards, though. To be fair, they're all pretty strong cartridges on the Evercade.
Yeah, they are. We'll get to the others later on.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
So announcing right now here, without asking anybody first, we'll be streaming this cartridge at the end of the month at some point, won't we? We need to do that.
Yeah, we've got to. Yeah.
Do a full Evercade card episode on it as well.
Yes. Well, yeah, we can tie it all in, can't we? As the high score challenge and the and that month's Evercade card as well.
Yeah. Announcing the winners and everything on that episode. That would be good if we can find the time at the end of the month. That would be great.
Yeah.
Or maybe the beginning of August.
Yeah. Go through all like the high scores and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it'd be good fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, mate, are you ready? I think
I am trying.
Seeing as I'm hosting, you get to pick first. Then we're not eliminating as we did in the game club. We are picking the games we want to play instead.
Okay, so that's going from 7 then, yeah. So we've
we've eliminated Truxton because we played that in a lot of Truxton for a full month in the game club. So we'll eliminate that one.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking there's one that one's an absolute shoe-in, and I know how much you'd love it. So it's kind of like it's an easy win, isn't it?
So pick it.
Snow Bros.
Yes.
It's an easy win. That's got to go in.
Snow Bros is a great choice for sure. I mean, I'd love to play that. I haven't played it in years really, but I feel certain, as you said, we played it at some point a couple of years ago, probably the Mega Drive version, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it was a Game Club So when we were playing the RPGs through the summer,
it wasn't a full game. It was just one of those we had a bit of fun with on the side, right?
Yeah, that's it. And then I think it maybe got like 5-minute mention in the episode or something like that.
So we'll keep that in then, even though it has been played before. And Truxton got a full episode, so that's out. But Snow Bros, great choice, mate. Great choice. So from a card full of shoot 'em ups, you start with a single screen platform. It's too bad you couldn't pick Sonic, mate?
Oh, I would have, mate. Yeah. There is an arcade game, but I'm still waiting for it to come to.
Okay, so my turn. I will definitely go with one of the shoot 'em ups, and I can't decide right now whether I want Zero Wing. I'm gonna pick Zero Wing.
Yeah, good pick.
I really like to play with that mechanic of capturing the enemies, using them as shields, and shooting them off. And also, I like the fact that it's a horizontal scroller because it just fits the platform better. Because on the VS, you'll be playing it on your telly that isn't flipped, and even though you can go into Tate mode on the EXP and EXPR, it just doesn't feel right in my hands holding it in Tate mode. I like to play it just like this. So
I'm the same. I keep meaning to get one of those grips. There is a grip that you can get in there for Tate mode.
Is there? Okay. That'd be good because the weight is kind of weird when you're holding it like that on the side.
Yeah, so it kind of looks, I've not held one, but it looks like, the old DualShock, DualShock 4 type controller where you've got the two little prongs coming down the side and then the Evercade sort of sits in the middle where your thumbsticks would be on a DualShock. So it does look quite comfortable. And I've played with the Switch 1 vertical grip.
Yeah, I have that one. Yeah.
And that's lovely.
That's really good.
Yeah, I really like that. It's a great way to play some vertical games on that system.
But we don't need that so far because we have two horizontal games, Snow Bros and Zero Wing. So you're up next, mate.
Right. What do I do here, Mads? Do I take the coward's way out and pick a vertical shooter?
Is that the coward's way out?
Well, I'm thinking one of these just to break it up a little bit. So then it would be a platformer, two shooters.
Well, there's only one shooter so far, mate.
Yeah, I know.
We can actually end with just one shooter.
We could do. Do we want to make people play a week of Guardian?
That's up to you, mate.
What was the other one? Guardian and Teki Paki.
So listeners, you can hear Jim's brain melting right now.
I know. Go on, mate. Because I took Snow Bros, didn't I? So I'll let you choose if you want to pick a vertical shooter. And I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this. I might, but I'm going to pick Guardian. I think it might be. Do you know what? It might well be the worst game on the cartridge.
No, I think that's Teki Paki. I really just like those kind of puzzle games.
I'm thinking you're going to pick a shooter. Well, I know you are now after you said that. So that gives us something a bit. Go on there, Guardian.
Guardian is a good choice, mate. Let's go
for a week. For a week, I think we can stomach it.
Yeah. We've got a week to learn the patterns and see how we can maximize the score. It sounds like fun. If it's just a week, it can be good fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm left with the hard choice because we could go for a puzzle game and do Teki Paki because we shouldn't just choose stuff that I think is fun. So I know Guto, for example, he'll probably love playing Teki Paki. He loves his puzzle games like that.
Yeah.
So, but on the other hand, I really want to play Alcon.
Yeah.
Because I love that upgrade system. I want to learn how to get into that. So what do we want to do? Do we want to have two shooters? Yeah, we do. Yeah. It's the Toaplan cartridge. We need two shooters. There's 5 on here. So.
Oh man, you could easily pick all shooters, couldn't you? But I think
you could. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Alcon. So we've got a horizontal and a vertical shooter, and we've got a single screen platformer and a scrolling platformer, auto scrolling even, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It's good
mix,
selection, mate.
Yeah, it's a good mix.
So, do we want to pick the order that they're going to come in already?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
What are we thinking? Bear in mind, we've just come off, as this goes out, we'll have just come off Super Fantasy Zone, which is, for anyone who doesn't know, is a horizontally scrolling shooter.
You're right. So we should probably start with one of the non-shooter games. You want to start off... we don't want to start off with Guardian, do we? Let's start off nice and easy with Snow Bros. Right?
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, let's not start with Guardian. Blind, we'll lose people before we get going.
That'd be too harsh. So we have Snow Bros starting the 1st of July and going for 7 days or something like that.
Yeah,
Jim will have the plan. Then we should have a shooter. You can pick one of the shooters then. Which one do you think should be?
Let's go with Alcon.
Yeah, Alcon?
Yeah, let's go with Alcon.
And then Guardian and then Zero Wing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll finish.
Sounds good because we're starting off and ending really, really strong. And then we have Guardian and Alcon, which, I mean, Alcon is probably really, really good as well. I've played a bit of it, not a lot. But Guardian is one of those that it's probably good that it's just for a week, and then it'll be good fun to try to rinse it, see how far we can get.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good order.
Yeah.
Something a little bit different in there, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, nice.
Sure. I was sure you were going to pick Teki Paki, but I'm glad you didn't, because I really can't. I can't play those for more than 10 minutes, then I just get bored.
Yeah, no, I was tempted, but it does go from 0 to 100 in about like 30 seconds. I think. Yeah. It's not the most. It's not for anyone coming in who doesn't like puzzle games like that. It's not the most approachable one for sure.
Okay.
And yeah, Guardian. I don't know. They might. I'd like to say. I think there's a week's worth of game in there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, listeners, we are playing Snow Bros. Then we are playing Alcon.
Alcon, yeah.
And then we're playing Guardian. And then we're playing Zero Wing. So those 4 games each have a week of July to be played in. And Jim is going to figure out how he's actually going to do the scores, because he didn't really do the math correct half an hour ago when we talked about it. But he'll get there. It's pretty much like playing Mario Kart. You just start with 25 points instead, and I guess the second one get 20. I don't know, but there is a scoring system, so you need to submit your scores in the usual way. We will be collecting the scores using our high score bot on Discord. We will every week when the week starts, we'll say what the hashtag is for this week's scores, and then you can just start registering them. And at the end of the week, we'll post the score table and move on to the next game.
Yeah. Sounds good. And I've just loaded up. Where is it? The points. So, it's 25 points for first, then 18, 15, 12, 10, all the way down to 10th place. If you're 10th or below, then you get 1 point just for submitting your score.
So does it jump from 25 to 18?
25, 18, 15, God. 12.
So getting first in just 1 month is really a huge thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it gives more people a chance if there's a game that they click with or that they're good at. Yeah. They can boost them quite a bit further up there.
Sure.
But obviously for this one, each game will have its own table for a week, and I'll use all of those tables to make one table out of all the points that get accrued. Yeah,
we'll combine the tables in the end using that Formula 1 scoring system. And there will be prizes this time.
Yeah.
Big prizes. That's good.
Yeah. Stay tuned for the prizes. We'll announce those when we've got them in our hands, as it were.
Yep.
And we'll post that up on the Discord.
All good, mate. All good. So any final words or shout outs before we leave for today?
Just shout out to all the guys. Looking forward to getting another recording in soon.
Yep. I tried asking Chris if he wanted to jump on, but I don't think he's even read my message yet, because this was very, very last minute.
It was very last minute, yeah.
I thought he might get a key out of being on one of the old school game club pick'em episodes.
Yeah. It'd be nice to do something like that again, wouldn't it? Get a bit of a game.
Yeah, we'll do something like that at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But for now, the game club is still on hiatus. It'll be back at some point, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'll just echo that shout out to all of our other hosts, and shout outs to our wonderful Discord crew, because you are the guys that make this worth doing. It's lovely to have our ongoing conversation with you there. And I hope a lot of you will be playing along with us on these 4 high score challenges.
Yeah. I just remember if you want to enter once entered into that one with the random draw, then you've just got to submit at least 1 score to each game.
Yep. Just 1 score for each game. Doesn't matter if you even get a single point in the Formula 1 table, because I guess you can get 0 points if enough people are participating. But that doesn't matter, just as long as you're on all 4 scoring tables.
Yeah, that's it.
Sounds good. So with that, bye for now.
Bye. Cheers.
From now on, unlike your parents were, you are the secret force of Rental Asylum.
Playing so fast, they're the only ones who can take you back in time. They play old games, they're more retro than J1 Optimus Prime. I'd go more the arcade for adventures in a fantasy zone.